all my Aquarius friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer and tarot card reader, and I'm here today with your January 2025 love and money tarot card reading. What I'm going to do today is do two separate readings, first love and then money. This is based on Aquarius Sun. I'm going to do a 4-card spread. The first position is the foundational position, where it's starting. The second is the opportunity and or the obstacle. The third is the angel's advice for taking advantage of the opportunity or getting around the obstacle. And the final is the potential outcome for the month. When I talk about love, I'm really referring to how Aquarius is feeling loved. Since this is for such a large audience, the potential of everybody being in the same place, everybody's in a relationship, everybody's not in a relationship, wouldn't really work. So I'm going to focus in on you as an individual and how you're receiving love. So let's see. We have the Magician in the foundational position. We have the Five of Pentacles in the opportunity or the obstacle. We have the Queen of Cups in the Angel's Advice. And we have the High Priestess in the final position. The Magician is a very powerful card. It's very mercurial. It's very as above, so below. That what you focus on, you will create. So here we see this, the Magician is commanding the earth plane, and there's a sense of transformation, coming from dark to light a little bit. That's what I see in the butterflies. There's a sense of rejection here in the opportunity or the obstacle, a sense of feeling unsupported, a sense of feeling a cold environment that I've got to go on my own. And yet Spirit is offering the Queen of Cups, telling Aquarius to look to the future with joy and with celebration, and to be mindful of your emotional body, because now we have this High Priestess, and the High Priestess and the Magician kind of are a couple in some respects, where the Magician commands the earth plane through thought. The High Priestess receives through the moon energy, through the emotional body. So what I think is going on here is Spirit is saying that in order for you to flourish and feel even more areas and a greater sense of love, is to allow yourself to focus in on the love, that you are the magician in your own life. You are ultimately an inventor, you're a creator, you're genius. And now you have Pluto moving through the house of your sun. And this is going to be, in some respects, an opportunity to look at what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Pluto is going to erupt and to unearth the toxic waste within your own ego. And I say that because we're focusing in on Aquarius Sun right now, and the sun rules our ego. So here, I think that this is an opportunity to know that you are a powerful co-creator. And as you focus in on that which you want through your emotional body, you will receive what you want in the way of love and support. Okay, sounds pretty good. Let's go on to our money reading. Now, I like to call it resources because most people have a sort of a scarcity limit. There's certain numbers that start to trigger their lack. And that's usually because they haven't experienced abundance beyond that. So I use the word resources in order to sort of combust or to break up that ceiling or that limit. So let's see what Spirit has to say for your resources moving forward in January. Now, we know there's a presidential election here, or there was a presidential election in 2024, and we will have the transferring of power in January. And so the world is always sort of watching very closely during these times. All right, Aquarius, we have the Five of Swords in the foundational position. We have the Emperor in the opportunity or the obstacle. We have Temperance in the Angel's Advice. And then we have the King of Cups. This is an interesting energy because the Five of Swords actually has been coming up quite a bit in the readings today. And I think that might have something to do with Mars's transit retrograde through Leo and Cancer. It's going to bring up a lot of anxiety as it makes a opposition to Pluto in the house of your sun. And it could bring up old hurts, old pains. It could bring up there could be fresh situations sort of based on old stories. The Five of Swords is very much an energy of contempt in some ways. I win the battle, but I don't win favor. I don't really win support. Here's the Emperor. This is very much going your own way. You're very much a creator. You're very much a pioneer. You're very complementary to the Mars Aries energy, which the Emperor represents. Now, Spirit is saying, but bring in some temperance, bring in some balance, bring in a little ebb and a flow. Now, Aquarius rules the genius, and sometimes it can be a little unemotional. Or it could appear unemotional to others because you're so busy looking at the bigger picture. It's like somebody goes, "Oh my God, I'm starving." And Aquarius might say, "Hey, you know what? There's millions starving kids in Africa." And you're like, "Well, I know, but I'm hungry now." Because here, Spirit is asking you to be the king of your emotional body and to be aware of how your emotional body potentially lands on people who you want their support, but they may have been not so generous in giving it up until now. I think there's a little bit of tempering your genius a little bit for some reason, or because when I see this Emperor in the opportunity or the obstacle, it's very Martian. It's very brave. It's very competitive in some ways, but it's also very like Aquarius. It is single-minded and focused on a little bit on the self. And so we need to balance that out in your love life in order to feel that real flow that you're looking for. All right, let's move on to our money reading, or as I like to say, resources. I have a little bit of a trigger when certain numbers come into my sphere because I've never experienced that kind of abundance. So I prefer to use the word resources. It just seems to open my mind up a little bit and my ability to manifest. All right, Aquarius, here we go. Our first tarot card is the Four of Wands. That's a card of celebration. We have the Hierophant, which is very much a Taurus energy that has a lot to do with money. We have the Five of Pentacles. It's been coming up so much. And the Knight of Swords. Very interesting. The Four of Wands is celebration, something to be excited about. And for Aquarius, I think that there's a potential that you could be birthing something or get an inspired idea or an opportunity. And I think this is to use your skills. Let me show you the Four of Wands first. These women are celebrating. It's always a party when we see the Four of Wands. Now we have this sort of Venusian energy with the Hierophant, with this Taurus bull. And it's like I'm coming into connection with my own brilliance, my own ideas, my own what I want for myself. Now in the angel's vice is to be very mindful of your tendency to go alone without support. And I think this is further evidenced by the Knight of Swords, because again, he's going his own way. So while there's not big money here, there's the potential for money. I'm going to pull a little clarification card here. I got the Knight of Swords. The Hermit on the Knight of Swords. For my Aquariuses, I think that there's a period of contemplation coming up about money, what direction you want to go, and to make sure that your motives are aligned to your heart, to your passions. Because if you're just aligned to making money, you may find yourself in a situation where you're re-evaluating what you're doing. There's very much this strong, the Hierophant is a major arcana, and so is the Hermit. The Hermit is a Virgonian energy, and that has to do with work. So I think that you're going to exercise your entrepreneurial spirit and your genius. And yet at the same time, I feel like this is about taking time to contemplate how to execute and where your support is coming from. So I don't really see any money coming in big time, but more strategizing and planning. All right, that's it for January. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Again, my name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer and a tarot card reader. And hit that notification bell. There's lots more content coming out. We'll see you soon. Have a great January, my Aquariuses. And happy birthday to the late Aquarius or to early Aquariuses. See you soon.